Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made $10.5 million in under 1 hour solo in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now I made one of these previously where I made $8.7 million in just under 1 hour. However, this time I wanted to increase that amount, make it a little bit more impressive, and still have it under that 1 hour mark. Now I will say before we get any further into this video, and I know people are going to comment about this anyways because nobody can listen, but I know that this is not technically 1 hour's worth of work. This took a very long time to actually source all of the cargo into my warehouses to be able to get this one final sale. This is of course possible because CEO Cargo is on a 50% bonus this week, so that's how I was able to achieve making so much money in such a little amount of time. Now how I did this is basically I went around to all of my warehouses, and if you guys didn't know, with CEO Cargo now you can passively source crates into your warehouse. You go up to basically each one of these people that will spawn in each of your warehouses. Now I definitely recommend having large crate warehouses. I think it is the most efficient way. They can hold up to 111 crates. Medium warehouses can hold up to 44, and small can hold up to 16, I believe it is. The large warehouse is definitely worth it. I have 5 large warehouses, which I would recommend picking up as soon as you possibly can. Definitely whenever they're on sale is a good time to buy them. But anyways, you can go and source from each of these people that will spawn inside of your warehouses. Now you can do this once every 48 minutes. Now once you pay them $7,500, they will come back with either 1, 2, or 3 crates. It's completely random, and some of them can even come back with a special item, which is pretty cool as well. Now I didn't end up actually selling my special items in this 1 hour because I have to do individual sales for each of those, and I wasn't really thinking that I was going to be able to do it for every single item. So I ended up actually skipping out on that for this video. So I started off with my first warehouse. This is the one that's closest to my nightclub. This is usually the one that I resupply the first. I started off here. I got trucks. I had to deliver 3 trucks to 15 different drop-offs. Luckily, each 5 drop-offs for each truck were all the same, so I knew where I was going after the first truck. It was pretty easy. I did this all in solo sessions. By the way, I know that I could have got a lot more money technically if I did it in a public session. I could have got the high demand bonus, which is also boosted this week. And I definitely there is a part of me that wishes that I did it in a public lobby, but I feel like I'm happy that I just was guaranteed pretty much to make the $10.5 million in the solo session that I was in, because obviously there's nobody to come after me. Now I could have very easily turned this money into what, like $17.5 million if I had done it in public lobbies, but that is also assuming that all of the sale missions work and go well, which some of them definitely may have not if they had been done in a public lobby. Anyway, so I managed to get these 3 trucks done. There was a few little mishaps along the way. I ran over a guy on a bike and it blew up underneath my truck, which was kind of alarming, but my brigade survived, so that was very nice. Now for my first sale, it was my warehouse that had the absolute most amount of crates inside of it, and I got just over $2.2 million for it, which was an absolutely insane amount of money. I think that might be the most I've ever been paid for doing a sale mission in GTA ever in my life, so that is pretty cool. I know that I could have had it a lot higher, like I said before, but I was pretty happy to see that much money come into my bank account. I was very happy to see that, actually. Then I went to my next warehouse, and for this sale mission, I actually got the tugboat. Now, since the last time that I made one of these videos, I have actually upgraded my tugboat, so it was a little bit faster this time, which was nice. There are a couple of tug missions that are a little bit different. For this tug mission, there were no enemies that spawned near my tug. They actually pulled up on me on jet skis, so I was actually able to call a Merryweather backup helicopter. I didn't think that I was going to need it. It did help to finish off a few of the enemies, and it only cost me $5 grand, so it could be worse. I decided to buy that just because I wanted to make sure that I was going to get the sale done. I did not want to die on the tugboat or anything. Regardless, they probably wouldn't have killed me anyways, because they're not very great and they're on jet skis, so the tugboat is it's a pretty hard angle for them to actually hit you, these NPCs. So Anyways, was able to get this sail mission done really fast. The tugboat sail missions are actually my favorite ones in the entire game. Once you get the speed upgrade on the tugboat, this thing is actually pretty quick. Like I said, since the last time I made one of these videos, I ended up buying the speed upgrade for the tugboat, which makes this mission a lot more tolerable, let's say that. Definitely a pretty good sail. Got just over $2.1 million for that sail, and it took me like no more than like, I don't know, 5 minutes, which was pretty good. So I was very happy to see that. From here, I moved on to my third warehouse. This one is right below the big bridge that's above the docks. And I started the sail mission, and I saw that there was 3 planes, but there's only 3 deliveries. So typically with the plane sail missions, there can be some that are pretty annoying, and there's going to be some that are pretty hard to actually beat. There's one where Valkyrie spawns in and absolutely will destroy you. You have no chance against it. I was pretty confident that this was not that mission, but what I did when I was pulling up to my planes, I actually called in my Hydra from Pegasus, went and landed beside one of my planes, hopped in to find out where the drop-off was, and then I took my Hydra on pretty much a direct route over there. Went and I actually ended up clearing out the drop-off. There was no Valkyrie on the way, which was very good. I was very happy to see that. So went and cleared it out with the Hydra, as you guys can see right here. Then I really quickly flew back to the airfield in my Hydra and got in my first plane. Delivered that one pretty easily, and then I tried to take off again in it, and that didn't really go well. However, my second plane landing went a little bit better, and then my third one was a tiny bit sketchy, actually. I was kind of bouncing all over the place, ended up hitting the other plane, but I got the sail completed no matter what. So that was very good. I was very happy about that. And for that sale, I got just over $2 million, which was pretty nice, bringing my total up to $6.4 million for 3 sales without a high demand bonus, which is pretty nuts. Like I can only imagine if I did the high demand bonus. If I got the tugboat mission for all of the missions, then I totally would have rather, you know, played in a public session to get that high demand bonus. The tugboat mission, I think, is the best one to do in a public session. Like, I don't really know if you can back out and keep all your crates or whatever, but that is definitely something that I'm going to consider doing for next time, and just keep backing out until I get the tugboat mission. Even if I lose a couple crates along the way, it's probably worth it for a high demand bonus. It's pretty nuts. So yeah, anyways, finished that sale, and then I went back to my next warehouse. This warehouse is it's in kind of a weird location. It's like in between the 2 islands, sort of the docks area that nobody really goes to, and then the mainland there near the stadium. Started this mission, and my tugboat spawned underneath the big bridge. Now this one I had done before, and I knew that some enemies were going to spawn, so I caught in the buzzard again and went over there and just cleared them out with the buzzard with the homing missiles. Then got on the tugboat and did my delivery very quickly. Now when you're doing this delivery, basically how it works, if there's enemies guarding your tugboat before you get on it, there are not going to be any enemies that come after you once you're actually in the sea. However, if there's no enemies guarding your tugboat when you first get into it, that means they're gonna come after you at some point during the sail. So I found this out for sure this time, which was very nice to know. Quickly went and got this sail done. This one took just over 4 minutes, and I got $2.136 million for that sale. So that was really good. When I launched this sail mission and when I got the tugboat, I was like, bro, I really wish I was in a public session right now, because I would have made so much money with this, but oh well. Next time I'll know for sure. Then I went to my final warehouse, which is the Zero Gas Factory near the airport, Los Santos Customs there. And I launched my sail mission, and I got 3 trucks, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I did this in a public session, because 3 drop-offs with trucks is like super easy. For my first truck, I kind of took a really janky long route, and I got flung up in the air a bunch of times, which was just not super fun. And then I managed to deliver the truck though, took the buzzard back, got in my second truck, took a smoother route, and then by the time I got in the third truck, I had the route figured out, and I got in it and I did it super fast. Now once I delivered the last truck, some enemies started to spawn in, which I had to kill in order to actually complete the sail mission. So that kind of alarmed me. I hadn't seen that as of yet, but got on the buzzard and we got it done killed all of them, and I finished this mission and got a nice $1.9 million payout for it, which was very, very nice, for a grand total of $10,492,125 in under 1 hour of sell missions, which was really, really nice. I've said it before and I will say it again, CEO cargo is truly one of the best ways to make money in all of Grand Theft Auto Online. Now that you can passively source it, it is absolutely awesome. So guys, that is how I made $10.5 million in under 1 hour in Grand Theft Auto Online. What a journey it was. I was so happy to see that CEO cargo was on bonus money this week. I really do wish that I got to take advantage of that high demand bonus. That is my biggest regret from these sales. I was considering doing my last sale mission in a public session just to, you know, collect a little bit of high demand bonus, but I decided against it at the last minute, and realistically, I probably should have just gone for it. But regardless of that, I am just happy to have all of the money. $10.5 million guaranteed. I didn't lose one whole warehouse full of goods or anything like that. So I am just really happy about that. Anyway, guys, make sure you are grinding CEO cargo for the remainder of this week, which unfortunately is just today. Make sure you're filling up your warehouse as much as you can today and get those sales done before this sale goes off. By the time you guys are seeing this, you've probably only got, I'd say, maybe 15 to 17 hours right when this video drops. So, make sure you're taking advantage of CEO cargo. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.